Hello, I'm George Gonzalez. I'm a game developer. I love making games. I'm obsessed with making games. I get paid to make games. I make games on the side. I make games and I will continue to make games till the day I die. I love it. And I want to help you level up as a game developer. So today we're talking about level 4. What does it take to get to level 4? And that's marketing. And with this, I want to make it as simple and as black and white as possible. And you might not like it. You can continue to do your own thing, but I'm here to help you level up in the simplest way possible. It's like, how do I know that I'm level 4 marketing? I know my stuff about marketing. I haven't just read it, I can actually do it. And that is to make $50,000 in net income. Okay, that takes a lot of work. You really have to know your market, not just break even, not just have a publisher pay for your stuff for the year, but actually continue to make an income and change your business. And this is specifically for US businesses. I know that outside the US, there might be different laws with taxes and different ways of going about things. And so these are just metrics to figure out that you're successful. So what is it? What is your goal as a business in your space, in your genre? Like maybe you're not out to have money, but how do you employ other people? How do you grow from that? And so you have to, this is your foundation for then going bigger and actually building a studio if that's what you want. That's the next few steps. But here, how do you know your marketing? Maybe you want to have 1 million downloads in a year or whatever that goal is, you can put it there. But it has to be a goal that you want to achieve. And it like 1,000 downloads is not a big deal. So you got to put it out there. So if you're in the US, this is the goal. If you're outside the US and maybe you're like, well, I fund my business a different way. And so I want to hit 1 million downloads, free to play. I don't want to make money. That's fine. You can be here and stay here. But just know that it's like, this is how you hit your metrics and your goals. So what does it take to do that? And that is where marketing comes in. A lot of times you think marketing is advertising and putting money in advertisement. And yes, you can do that, but it'll be hard to come with a net income by just spending unless your game is good. And so how do you make your game good? Well, you got to know where you're going to position yourself, who your target audience, how to reach your audience, and what your audience expects. So this might take a couple titles. It might take 3, it might take 1. It depends on your homework. What do you do? To make 50,000 in net income is not a lot. You have the talent in the previous levels. We spent time learning how to do mechanics. You work your butt off trying to make mechanics. Now you understand how to publish to the store. You understand all the things you need. Now you have to spend time with your audience. You got to do your homework. So do your homework first. Now that you have the skills, it's like, where can you position yourself? Where's the competition? Find 5 different studios or different games that are where you want to land. Do you want to compete with AAA, or do you want to compete with other indie devs? If you picture like a hill, where do you want to position yourself? At the top in the first place with Avenger titles, Marvel titles, stuff like that, or Riot or Blizzard, or do you want to position yourself with other indie devs? Schedule One did amazing, and they didn't have to worry about other titles. They positioned themselves as an indie game, and that's what they did, and they knocked it out of the park. So you can do great too. Just got to know where your limits are, and with all the homework we did before, right? The other levels build on each other. If you skip level 2, level 3, you will not be able to do this because you don't have the skills to step it. So I've seen a lot of people think that they could do all the levels in one go, in one game, and make all the income they want. That's just not how it works. And that's why we're here now with the experience we need to pick your target, figure out where you're going to put your game in, and focus on that. That is your key. If you just do that, if you figure out your audience, you understand where they're coming from, do your research, do your homework, spend time with your audience, and get feedback and change your game with the skills you have, you can make 50,000 net income. And this is after all expenses paid. You can make a game that makes $50,000 in net income. And if you do, you have enough money, don't just spend it on another game. Figure out what it takes you're going to spend some of it in another game. You got to pay your bills and whatnot. But now you have to put some money aside to either change to an S Corp. If you want to keep leveling up, you're going to go the S Corp route for tax purposes. And you can get an accountant or a CPA, someone that will help you with your accounting and changing to an S Corp and give you advice on how to use your money for your business and yourself, to pay yourself. This will be if you're in the US again, this will be the best route to go. 50,000 is the threshold of where you want to do the change. And then you got to make sure that now you need to consistently do this, whether it's a live service game or this is your career. If you want to live off games, this is where now you make the change, the shift. Now you got to do this consistently. That's why we build on principles that you can repeat and redo. And it's not just luck. Because if it's just luck, you're going to spend a lot of money trying to get back. And it's like gambling. You're going to end up at zero at the end of the day. So you need to learn your lessons now when it doesn't cost you as much. And we can continue to move on. So that's level 4, is your homework, do your research, figure out your audience, and then give them what they want. That's what Schedule 1 did. That's what every game that's been successful has done, is given the audience what they want, and they'll pay for it. And if you do that, you'll make more than 50,000. But that is your next goal, is to make a lot of income or make some income so you can transition to an S Corp and have people pay CPAs, accountants to help you with the money management and start doing things right. In the next week, we'll go over to level 5, which how do we expand and hire a team, build a studio? That is coming up next week. See you then.